This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome back to the show. Now, today's conversation, it's about courage, it's about compassion, and meeting people in some of life's most vulnerable moments with love instead of judgment. Our guest is Amy Ford, who joins us via Zoom today. She's the founder and CEO of Embrace Grace, which is a national ministry that equips churches to support women and families during unplanned pregnancies. And what began as really a very small group has grown into a movement that reaches thousands of women all across the country and even in other countries around the world. Amy, your heart is simple but powerful to help women know that they're not alone at this time, that they can choose life, and that the church is there to help them. So welcome to the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anne, for having me on.
Well, Amy, for those who may not know your story, can you take us back to how Embrace Grace started?
Well, it started really due to my own story, I guess inspired by my own story. I had an unplanned pregnancy when I was 19. I grew up in church, had an amazing family, but I didn't really have a relationship with the Lord. I just went to church because my parents made me go. And so I found myself pregnant at 19, and I was the oldest of four kids, and I just was terrified to tell my parents. I thought that my life was over, my dreams were over, that I was going to be homeless, they're going to kick me out. You know, when you're in that situation, you think you kind of go in crisis mode and you think of the worst case scenarios that could ever possibly happen. And so I just really freaked out. And even though I knew abortion was wrong, I just felt like in that moment, me and the father of the baby, we thought, we know what, we could just have an abortion and we'll deal with the consequences of a broken heart later. We just kind of like were going into like, I'm robot mode. Like, I'm not going to feel, I just got to get through this. And so we scheduled the abortion. We went to the abortion clinic and they did a sonogram and they were explaining to me how they were going to do it. And as they did, I think all of those emotions that I had stuffed down for so long, they basically erupted in that abortion room. I ended up actually hyperventilating and passing out in the abortion room. And when I came to, one of the nurses was fanning me, trying to give me a drink of water. And she said, "You're too emotionally distraught to make this decision today, but you can come back another day, but today you're not having an abortion." And so I went back out in the waiting room and I told the father of the baby, we're still pregnant. And we just decided in that moment, okay, like if our life is over, if our dreams are over, you know, we kind of just had this like, okay, we're about to see what's about to happen, you know? And so, we told our parents it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. They definitely were disappointed in the timing. And me and Ryan, we were high school sweethearts, and we knew we wanted to get married someday, just not necessarily in the order that it ended up happening. But we ended up getting married when I was 16 weeks pregnant. And we had asked the pastor that had led my husband to the Lord years before if he would marry us. And he said, "No, I'm sorry. Because you've sinned, I will not bless this marriage." And we were like, oh my gosh, we are such horrible people. Like, we can't even be married and be blessed. And we ended up finding someone else that would marry us, but it definitely felt like a scarlet letter experience, you know, on our wedding day. And we ended up having a son who we, of course, you know, can't imagine our life without him. He's so amazing. And he's actually 27 now. And he actually works in the pro-life movement. He has a marketing company called Ford Creative that serves pregnancy centers and pro-life organizations doing their marketing and strategies. And he is married and they actually have a baby. So I'm a honey is my grandma name, and she's 16 months old. And we just can't imagine our life without them. And it's so crazy to think that we were so close to making a decision that would have robbed us of so much joy and then of him, of such an amazing life, that he has already made such an impact on his life, and such a great father and husband and all of that. And whenever my son was 2, that pastor that wouldn't marry us actually called my husband out of the blue, and he asked for forgiveness. He said he felt like it was his worst mistake in pastoring history that he had ever made. And my husband loves this pastor. He was like, yes, of course, I forgive you. We love you so much. Well, then also when my son was 16, that pastor asked me to come speak at his church. And I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he had since then moved on to Austin, Texas to pastor a church. And so he was very open with his congregation before I had gotten there. He had told them I was coming, and he told them like everything that had happened. He said that he had a Pharisee heart, a religious spirit. This is what I did to this family. And then this is this ministry, Embrace Grace, that they had started. So then I came and I spoke and I did my thing. And then afterwards, he asked me to come back on the platform in front of the entire congregation. And he asked also my 16-year-old son if he would come up on the platform. And he said, Amy, years ago, I asked your husband for forgiveness, but I never really asked you, 16 years ago. And he said, will you forgive me? And I was like, of course, we forgave you a long time ago. We love you so much. Well, then he looked at my son, 16, in front of the whole church, and he said, will you forgive me for planting seeds of rejection in your heart before you were ever even born? And while you were in your mother's womb, I rejected you. And my son, 16, in front of the whole church says, I forgive you. And it was such a powerful moment in that room. Like you could feel church wounds being lifted. The fact that the pastor would humble himself in that way was, I think it just was a healing moment, for a lot of people. And even for Jess as well, because, I had told him when he was 13 about the story, because I had my first book coming out and I was going to be on James Robinson and focus on the family and all this stuff. And I never told him the story. And
Really?
he hadn't done the calculations of our
Yeah, the
anniversary
timing.
and his birthday is
Yeah.
at quite 9 months. And so we had taken him to, we have actually, me and my husband, we're still married. We have 4 kids now, and we probably had 3 at the time. And so we had taken just him to the Cheesecake Factory and said we wanted to talk to him, and I had all my friends praying because I was so worried that he was going to take it as rejection, or, how he was going to process it. And
that you
so
had gone to an abortion.
Yes, exactly. And so
appointment.
we sat down and we told him everything, and we said, we didn't know, we were just young kids, and we're so thankful we chose life, and that we can't imagine our life without you. We love you so much, and that you weren't planned by us, but you were planned by God, and God knew that we needed you, all that stuff. And so after I poured everything out, I was like, tell me, how does this make you feel? And, again, he's 13, and he did the typical 8th grade 13-year-old boy response. He's just like, I don't know. But then over time, he kind of did struggle a little bit. The enemy started lying to him about his, you were never, your parents never wanted you in the first place. You were inconvenient, just lies. And so one day the church had asked him and some of the kids and the youth to speak on 5 minutes on how you're an overcomer. And he was really praying about what to write. And he came in my room and he said, Mom, I feel like the Lord just spoke to me, and he said, I was an overcomer before I was ever even born, and that Satan had a plan to take me out, but I'm here and I want to use my story to help people. And I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So going through all of that really made me think about that situation, looking back of like, why, even though I went to church every single week, why did I not, even though I didn't have a relationship with the Lord, why did I not feel like the church was a safe place to go to and when I found out I was pregnant, for prayer, wisdom, guidance, counsel, and also I'd gone to church my whole life. And why did my church never tell me what a pregnancy center was? They've never talked about this issue, so I didn't know what a pregnancy center was, that they're totally free, and they existed everywhere back then as well as they do now. And so, back then we didn't have Google just yet. It was kind of just coming out. And so we had the phone book and we just went straight to the A's and went to abortion clinic. And I didn't know, and so how many other women are sitting in our pews that are contemplating a life or death decision? And they, number one, they don't feel like the church is a safe place to go to. And they also do not know about the free resources in our own community. And wouldn't it be amazing if the church was one of the first places a girl ran to in that situation instead of away from, because of shame and guilt? And so we started Embrace Grace just as a small group at our church. We just called our group Embrace Grace, and never in a million years did we think that God was going to do what he did. It was not even on a thought in our head that it was going to be a nonprofit. It just was a group at our church, and we kind of put it out there and word spread, and 3 moms showed up to that first group. And I remember one wore a coat in August in Texas because she was terrified of her stepping into a church and anyone seeing that she was pregnant, and they wouldn't make eye contact, and they just had this like hopelessness, and they were fear of like what was about to happen. And we didn't, no such thing as single and pregnant curriculum existed back then. So we found something that could work that wasn't really about being pregnant, but just about God's grace and his love, and it's about inner healing. It was perfect. And so we ended up teaching that, and it was amazing to see over the course of 12 weeks. And they got a baby shower as part of the experience, that by the end of it, that they seemed totally empowered as women to be the moms that God created them to be. They had this sparkle in their eye again. They had this hope, and their shoulders were squared, and it's like they just seemed like totally different people. And so we did it again. 3 more girls came, then 8, then 14, then 21, every 12-week cycle. We keep doing more, and it just grew and grew. And then other churches started calling us saying, "This is really cool. Will you show us how to do it too?" And we kind of started writing our own curriculum, but still just thinking our own church. But we started that first group in 2008, and by 2012, we had gotten up to 10 churches. And that's when we realized, oh, maybe God wants us to help people, and help the church be the church in this arena. So we started Embrace Grace in 2012, and now we have over 1,200 support groups all over the nation and all 50 states, where we give the church all the curriculum and the tools to know how to walk alongside these moms. And then the local pregnancy centers around the nation refer the moms to the group, that to the local churches that have Embrace Grace groups for them. They get the baby shower, and they're discipled and loved on. And we hope that it's not just a 12-week group that they go to and check it off their list, but that it is, by the end of it, that they're comfortable going to church, and they're raising their kids in the church, and that it's a transformational experience. And we're seeing the testimonies that are coming in from all over the nation, that women are not having to walk alone, and that they are choosing life, and they are, their lives are totally changing because of the love of God. So it's a pretty cool ministry that we're all super proud to be a part of.
Well, I love these stories of someone seeing a need and saying, yes, I'll do something. I'll start something. I don't know what it's going to be, and then it becomes, in your case, worldwide. I mean, you're not just in the 50 states. You're also in Australia and other countries around the world. That there is a need for this from the church. So, what makes this different than other support groups for pregnant women?
Well, honestly, I don't know of any other support groups for pregnant women. I know pregnancy centers offer parenting classes, and which are really amazing. I love that a pastor once said, that's here in Dallas, he said, the pregnancy centers are the first response team, and the church is the hospital. And I love that, like that they are, they're getting that first responders right when they find out that they're pregnant, and even ongoing, because a lot of pregnancy centers will serve through parenting classes and diapers and things like that sometimes for even 2 years. But the church is forever, and the church can walk alongside her forever. And there's some pastors I talk to that are like, well, of course pregnant women are welcome in our church, which is a great perspective to have. But the issue is that girls don't just know that it's a safe place to go to. Like, I spoke recently for the North Texas District Assemblies of God women's ministry leader conference. So that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
And it was about 300 women's ministry leaders. And so I had said, raise your hand if you believe that your church would be welcoming to a single and pregnant woman in your community, that you would welcome them in. And I looked out across the audience and it looked like everyone raised their hand. And so then I said, raise your hand if the women in your community that are single and pregnant know that your church is a safe place to go to. And not one raised their hand. And the reality is that women, most of the time, if they're in that situation, doesn't just automatically think, I'm pregnant, let me go to the church and try to get some help. They think that they're going to be judged, that they're going to be, just not empowered in any way. And so, they're in the reality. And the thing is like a baby is not a sin. A baby is a miracle. And there were maybe choices that were made in order to be in the situation that she's in. A sin happened, but then God is who is the author of life. Like he chose that woman to have this baby, whether she places for adoption or chooses to parent. And so we can't just vote a certain way and then say, good luck, hope it works out for you. We need to, as the church, walk alongside them as well and try to get them back on their feet. And this is what we believe is the pro-love movement. Pro-life is a stance, it's a belief system, it's a vote, and all of that is important. But pro-love is the action. It's God's kindness that leads us to repentance, and it's his goodness that draws us to his side. And that is what changes people. Love is what saves lives. And so even with the baby shower, I've seen so many times that women are so blown away that this church would rally around. And the baby showers are just so amazing. Like they just feel God's love tangibly. They see it, and they're just getting a tiny, tiny glimpse of how much God must love them. It's so beautiful.
Well, the whole work that you're doing is beautiful, and there's a lot more I want to talk to Amy Ford about, but we're going to take a break right now. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U You Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
The way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Well, by day I'm waiting tables, and by night I'm a honky-tonk star. I go from serving people to serving on this guitar, and I know I've got big dreams that seem too far out of reach, but they say we all gotta start somewhere, so I guess this is where I'll be, 'cause I'm making ends meet, and I'm trying to catch a break. Oh, I'm waiting on those neon lights to shine my way, 'cause I'm working a 9 to 5, then I'm heading down to Broadway. Oh, 'cause I'm just an this restaurant job, it does me fine. The bills are paid and I eat. Oh, but I'd be doing a whole lot better up there in the big leagues, not making ends meet and trying to catch a break. Oh, I'm waiting on those neon lights to shine my way, 'cause I'm working a 9 to 5, then I'm heading down to Broadway. Oh, 'cause I'm just a nobody trying to get people to know my name. Ooh. Well, people like to smile and laugh when I tell them my big plans, but one day I'll be the one laughing, 'cause they'll all know who I am while they're making ends meet. Well, I'll have caught my break. Oh, and every neon light will shine my way. And while they're working a 9 to 5, I'll be singing down on Broadway. Oh, and they'll be a nobody, but they'll all know my name. But for now, I'm a nobody trying to get people to know my name.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Amy Ford, who is the founder and CEO of Embrace Grace, which started back in 2012 as a nonprofit to help churches do the work of helping women who find themselves in unplanned pregnancies. And it's not just for the women, but for the daddies too, right, Amy?
Yes, we have Embrace Legacy for Fathers. That's so amazing. And you know about guys, like most guys are not looking for support groups. Like they're not Googling
Right.
support group for fathers, you know.
Yeah.
But how they do hear about us is a lot of times through the moms. And so the mom, if they are together, she'll be coming up here. And how even Embrace Legacy started is because we had leaders reach out to us and say, oh my gosh, the dad showed up. And number one, this is amazing. And number two, I don't know if it's appropriate for him to be in this class, but yet I also like don't want to just say goodbye. And so a lot of times the leaders would call their husbands and say, get up to the church right now. There's a guy here, a dad here. Will you sit with them, talk to him, disciple him, all of that. And so then that would happen quite often. And so the husbands of the leaders would say, well, what do I teach? And what should I talk to them about? And so that is why we created Embrace Legacy. So a lot of that usually it starts after Embrace Grace starts because they start to see the need. But, you know, if we had more fathers in the world, I believe that are fathering.
Yeah.
I believe that we could change the world. We need more fathers fathering in the world for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Here in Central Texas, I know Embrace Grace has had a worker who is kind of helping coordinate the churches here. Do you have an idea about how many? I mean, people have been helped through this here, even locally. I know there are hundreds and hundreds of churches.
Yeah, I'll have to pull that. I'm not sure. I know my husband he's actually our COO and he does all the numbers. I'm like the visionary storyteller, all that, but I'm terrible at numbers. And so I know he even just gave you some the other day and maybe you have it, but I don't remember what it is. But I know she has been actively working. Her name's Taylor. She's so amazing, boots on the ground, getting groups going in that area because there's a real need of women that are finding themselves pregnant and they'll reach out to us. And it's the hardest conversation to have when a woman reaches out to us and says, hey, I'm pregnant and I heard about you and I really want to try to get to connected to a group and we don't have one in her area. Yeah. And that's a hard conversation to have. And so then it's like, well, what church do we send her to? Like, do we just Google it and hope for the best and hope that church is going to welcome her in? And so that's what Embrace Grace wants to change. We actually have a big vision for the United States. Our vision statement is for every girl with an unplanned pregnancy to have a church to turn to in her local area for practical, spiritual, and emotional support. And for the longest time, people were like, well, how many churches is that? Like, how many churches do you want to be in? And, you know, I would always say all of them. But then I was like, wait, there's actually some weird churches out there. And we know there's over right, maybe not all. And there are over 300,000 churches in America. And so how many, you know, would we want to? Well, actually, AI helped us actually figure it out, like mapping out the whole United States and looking at where people live. You know, obviously not every square foot of the United States people live on. And so looking at that for every teeny tiny town, community, to every big populated urban city that needs lots of groups in that area that to be able to serve the population, how many would we need to be in? And the number is actually 23,400 churches that we need to be in, that many, in order to make our vision come to life, our dream come true, that every girl with an unplanned pregnancy has a church to turn to in her local area. And so that is what we are working on, and having people like Taylor that are really focusing on a specific region has had really great results. I know that because of that, there have been many groups started in the Central Texas area because of her working the ground. And it's also just word of mouth. If anyone's listening right now, and oh, sorry.
I think you told me there are 26 leaders here locally and 8 groups. Is that right?
Okay, maybe? That sounds right. So, 26 leaders and 8 groups.
And but so the number of people, I mean, it's anybody's guess because then the numbers can change throughout the year. In other words, one group could be serving many people.
Yes, right. Yeah. And a group is 12 weeks. So it just keeps going in new 12-week increments. So a lot of churches will do 2 a year. So say a spring and a fall session.
Okay.
And so they may have 5 to 7 to 10 in each group, and then they'll do another one and have another 5 to 7. We have some groups that are like First Baptist Dallas. That's a very populated area. They have 22 to 25 in their group every semester. They have a very large group, and their baby shower is huge.
I'll bet.
But then we have some in smaller towns where it's just one mom or two moms, and
Yeah.
that is super important too. Like it doesn't matter the population or the time, you know, how big the church is or how small the church is, that we just need healthy churches to send these moms to for care and for support.
And you also have something called a love box. Talk about that.
Yes, we love our love box, and it is so awesome. I actually can show you. Hold on, I think I have one right over here. Hold on. This isn't super professional, but hang on.
Go right ahead.
Because I have to actually show it. It's so cute for anyone that's actually watching this on YouTube and not just listening. It's this little love box, and it's amazing. So we give these love boxes for free to pregnancy centers that have an Embrace Grace group within 30 miles of their center. So we used to give pregnancy centers flyers to give to the moms, but it was just like one more piece of paper. And when they just found out they're pregnant, they're overwhelmed, they're scared, you know, all of that. And so we were like, what can we give them that they're not going to throw away, that they're actually going to look at and they're going to think about? And so we tested out 500 love boxes with some specific pregnancy centers to see, could this work? And we had exponential results. Like it was amazing. And so each love box has, this is the best gift ever onesie. So cute. That's in every one. There's also a Dear Brave Girl letter. So people handwrite all over the nation. I've already opened this one because I was just showing someone the other day, but this is what it looks like, you know, a letter where it's handwritten, and people all over the nation write. We each actually even have the download link for the Dear Brave Girl letters on our website, so people can download the template and write them. If you have a small group, we even have like Students for Life, college, university groups writing the letters, and then they send it to us, and we read them all to make sure that they're good and encouraging, but that goes inside. Also, a Brave journal, a Brave Girl journal that goes inside, and then a book, which this is called A Bump in Life, and it's just 20 stories of girls that chose life. You can't argue with stories. They're just miracle stories. Girls that place their baby for adoption, or choose to, or like we've had some on drugs when they found out they were pregnant, or they were the pastor's kid. You know, every situation you can imagine, there's 20 stories, and they're all miracles and true stories. And then there's also an invitation to a local Embrace Grace group, which is the most important part. We want them to get connected to community. So it will have an invitation in there to whatever group that is the closest to them. And plus the pregnancy center that's giving it to her, they know a lot of times like, hey, there's a church that has a group starting next Wednesday that's at 6 o'clock. You should go. You're going to get a baby shower, part of the experience. You're going to meet other moms going through similar situations, and you're going to be encouraged and discipled and loved on. And it's pretty awesome to see how the testimony is not only from the love box, because we do have so many, but then also as they go into an Embrace Grace group at a church, the testimony continues as they join that. And we also distribute them from our office directly. If we have somebody call us and say, hey, my hairdresser's daughter just found out she's pregnant, she's really scared, we will overnight if we have to. We will mail out a love box to anyone that needs it. But the pregnancy centers are the most common way that these are all distributed. And we've distributed over 150,000 of these all over the nation. And sometimes even unassembled. We can send unassembled to churches if they want to host a love box assembly party as an outreach party. They can get their members together and put all the love boxes together, and then they can go and deliver it as a gift from the church to that pregnancy center. And then those boxes will be placed in the hands of moms that hopefully will come back to your church for a group.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
for
cool.
support. I've always believed, Amy, that the problem of abortion will only be stopped when the hearts of women are changed.
Mm-hmm.
period. And
Yeah,
so,
totally.
so are you finding that maybe the stigma with a single person being pregnant is changing from back when you were experiencing that terrific
Yeah, for sure. I think
rejection?
even whenever we started Embrace Grace as a small group in 2012, or as a nonprofit in 2012, when we really started marketing to churches, the thing that I would hear from pastors back then was, well, the baby shower, this is rewarding sin and this
Oh,
is
wow.
condoning bad behavior. And we would hear that quite a bit. And we still hear it a little bit sometimes today, but it's mainly more smaller towns or older pastors. And we just are like, have you ever read The Prodigal Son? And if you think about how that son, he made terrible decisions. He had no money left. He was eating the leftovers of the pigs. And he said, maybe I could go back home and eat the leftovers of my dad's servants, because that's better than what I'm eating now. And so he came back home, and my favorite part is it says, and while he was a long way off, the father ran to him, and he had his servants put a robe on his back and a ring on his finger. And he said, son, you were lost and now you're found. Let's kill the fatted calf. Let's throw a party. He didn't say, let's get the leftovers from yesterday. Like, they threw a feast that he was home, and even he was a long way off. And a lot of these moms sometimes can be a long way off, but God wants to meet them. If they just turn to him, he will meet them where they are. And it's beautiful to see. But now the pastors that we talk to, what I feel like it's kind of changed to, what we hear the most is, number one, they kind of push it away immediately without really thinking it through, saying, oh, this is political. When it's not political. We are just caring for women with unplanned pregnancies. Even, in fact, with Embrace Grace, like our branding and marketing, we don't really use a lot of political language. We don't get into the topic of the political part of this, because the moms don't think they're joining a pro-life group. They think they are coming to a church, for
Which
care.
they are.
Which they are. And so that's what we want to keep the brand strong and clean on that. And then we also sometimes hear churches say, well, we don't have pregnant women in our church. When statistically, that's probably not true. Like, the abortion rate is the same inside the church as it is outside. There's no difference. So women are in our pews and they are getting pregnant. But say it is the teeniest, tiniest church. It's 20 people and they're all senior citizens, and they actually don't have pregnant women in their church. Then we want to help change the perspective of that pastor and say, you know what? Why don't you go partner with your local pregnancy centers? Tell them you would love for their clients that just found out they're pregnant, that they're welcome to come to your church. It sounds like maybe you need some young people in your church. Look at this as an outreach. Don't just think about your congregation inside the walls of the church, but how you can go out into the community and be God's search and rescue team, help find these moms and bring them into a church family. And a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, I've just never thought of that. It's not that they don't want to, they just hadn't thought, or a lot of times churches are like, oh, Roe v. Wade was overturned, and we did our thing, but really there's so much more to do. And really the abortion rate has gone up since Roe v. Wade was overturned, which mainly has to do with the pill that is readily available. And so we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, no question. But it's got to be so gratifying to you, Amy, to know that there are 100,000 new lives maybe out there.
Yes.
Because Embrace Grace is here.
It's amazing.
How can folks learn more about
I think too, it's just getting connected and really just, it's about the leaders that say yes. These leaders are not people that are pastors or have these ministry credentials. These are just people like me and you that have a heart, that want to lead a group. And so anyone can lead a group. If you go to embracegrace.com, it has all the information about what that looks like to lead a group. We have digital teaching. So you just press play. You don't even have to prepare a lesson. We give it all to you so that you have more time relationally with the moms and less time administratively. And so also our Instagram is Embrace Grace Inc. and Facebook, and you can check us out there, all the new things that are going on and fun testimonies and all of that.
Yeah, and I know you have a YouTube channel as well,
yes,
and
a
lots
YouTube
of
channel,
videos, and you've said you are just sitting there watching miracles.
Yes, I always say we have front row seats to miracles.
Front row seat to miracles. Well, it has been a joy for me to get to visit with you again today.
Yes,
Amy, thank you. Blessings on all that you do and the work that you do. And again, if someone just wants to maybe donate to the cause, they can find that as well on your website.
EmbraceGrace.com.
Very good. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Ann.
Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
The reason that their service is outstanding because the people they have working, behind the desk and the folks working out in the garage, taking care of business. And they give you a date, they give you a time, and they're spot on. And they're professional, they take care of it, and they answer all your questions, and they're fun to work with.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
Polo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
Driving through the road work, oh, the work they took forever. On the road cones blur like memories, the miles we shared between. The place you learn to say your prayers, the place I took to praying. Loading in and breaking down my road dog door deal dreams. Long before we ever met, I made up my direction. Long before I knew the half of half I'm sure of now. Though I'd say it ain't the way that you'd have gone about it. You followed me and lead me on and never let me down. So I'll love you till my lungs give out. I ain't lying, I'm all yours, you're all mine. There ain't two ways around it, there ain't no trying about it. I'm all yours, you're all mine. Fried morels and fine hotels and all that in the middle. Every bike and curtain drawn, I want to taste with you. The goddess in my days in pen, the muse I ain't refusing. The part of me that ain't around, I'm always talking to. So I'll love you till my lungs give out. I ain't lying, I'm all yours, and you're all mine. There ain't two ways around it, there ain't no trying about it. I'm all yours, and you're all mine. So I'll love you till my lungs give out. I ain't lying, I'm all yours, and you're all mine. There ain't two ways around it, there ain't no trying about it. I'm all yours, and you're all mine. No, there ain't two ways around it, there ain't no trying about it. I'm all yours, and you're all mine.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
For over 2 decades, I've come to Allen Samuels shop, especially for trucks, because I've been very satisfied with the performance of those trucks. I think the strengths of Allen Samuels is obviously in their customer service and obviously taking care of your vehicle after the sale.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
For walking out on us, or am I losing touch? Too many games, now all our chips are lost. Luck was not enough. I opened my Am I safe for walking out on us? Or am I losing touch? Too many games, now all our chips are lost. Luck was not enough. I opened my
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Alan Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.